December 31st, 2014, 11:35 p.m. Shanghai, China. Over 300,000 people have gathered along the Bund, the historic waterfront, to celebrate New Year's Eve. And at the center is Chen Yi Plaza, where a scenic staircase leads to an elevated viewing platform overlooking the river. The perfect spot to watch midnight fireworks. All evening, people have been climbing those stairs while others descend. A constant flow of bodies going up and down the same narrow stairway. And at 11:35 p.m., someone on the platform throws fake $100 bills into the crowd below as a joke, causing people to stop and grab them at the base of the stairs where people are trying to go up while others are trying to come down. The flow doesn't stop. Those at the back keep pushing forward, and suddenly there are too many people on a stairway designed for a few hundred at most, and someone near the middle trips and falls, and the person behind them trips over their body, and then another, and another, and within seconds there's a domino effect of falling bodies while those at the back keep pushing forward, completely unaware that people are dying just 20 feet ahead. A 12-year-old girl named Wei is on the stairs with her parents when the crush begins, and she feels the pressure from behind getting stronger until she can't move her arms, can't expand her chest to breathe, can't do anything except stand there being compressed by hundreds of bodies. And she tries to scream, but no sound comes out because there's no air in her lungs, and her mother watches her daughter's face turn purple as she suffocates standing up. People at the bottom are being crushed under a pile of bodies, 6 feet high, and those on the edges can see what's happening and scream for everyone to stop pushing, but their voices are lost in the noise of 300,000 people celebrating. Emergency vehicles can't get through the crowds, and when they finally arrive 15 minutes later, they find 36 people dead, crushed to death on a staircase 25 minutes before midnight, with another 49 injured, and at midnight while paramedics are still pulling bodies from the pile. Fireworks explode overhead in celebration of the new year. December 31st, 2019, Phoenix, Arizona. Marcus and Tanya Williams are hosting a New Year's Eve party that's grown from 20 invited friends to 70 people crammed into their 3-bedroom house, and at 11:47 p.m. someone bumps the coffee table and knocks over a large pillar candle that rolls onto the couch, and the cheap polyester fabric doesn't just catch fire, it explodes into flames, and within seconds the fire races up the curtains and across the styrofoam ceiling tiles that melt and drip burning plastic onto people below. 70 drunk people all try to escape through a front door blocked by crowds, a back door that's locked, and windows blocked by furniture. And Marcus tries to unlock the back door, but he's drunk and panicking and can't get the deadbolt to turn. And by the time he finally opens it, the fire has spread everywhere and people are trampling each other. Some escape through windows, cutting themselves on broken glass. Some make it out the front door. But 7 people die from smoke inhalation trapped in the back bedroom. 3 die from burns, and 2 more die from being trampled in the hallway. Firefighters arrive at 11:53 p.m., 7 minutes before midnight, and find 12 bodies inside a charred house frame and dozens more injured people scattered across the yard. And at midnight, someone's phone plays Auld Lang Syne, while paramedics cover bodies with sheets. December 31st, 2018 midnight. Around the world, thousands of people fire guns into the air to celebrate, thinking the bullets will disappear into the night sky, but physics doesn't care. Bullets fired up must come down at terminal velocity, roughly 300 feet per second, fast enough to penetrate human skulls. In Los Angeles, 7-year-old Diego Rivera is in his backyard at 12:01 a.m., wearing a party hat when a bullet falls from the sky and strikes him in the top of his head, punching through his skull, and he drops instantly while his mother screams. 3 blocks away, someone fired a 9mm pistol at midnight, completely unaware that bullet would kill a child. In Houston, Sandra Martinez sits on her balcony texting Happy New Year when a bullet falls through her shoulder, through her lung, into her spine, paralyzing her and collapsing her lung, and she drowns in her own blood before the ambulance arrives. In Phoenix, a bullet kills a driver. In Atlanta, a bullet kills a man on his roof. In Miami, a bullet kills a woman holding her newborn baby who survives but grows up without a mother. The CDC estimates celebratory gunfire causes dozens of deaths every New Year's Eve, with bullets falling randomly across cities, and the people who fire those guns never face consequences because no one can trace a falling bullet back to its source. January 1st, 2016, 12:17 a.m. Detroit, Michigan. Jake Morrison is in his backyard setting off professional-grade fireworks he bought illegally, lighting mortar tubes one by one while his friends cheer and film on their phones, and he loads a massive mortar shell the size of a softball into a tube, lights the fuse and starts running back. But something is wrong. The shell doesn't shoot up into the sky. It explodes inside the tube at ground level right as Jake is only 10 feet away. The explosion is massive, shredding his back and legs with metal fragments, igniting his clothes with burning powder, and the concussive force throws him 15 feet forward where he lands face down. His back a mess of blood and burns and embedded metal, his legs barely attached, and he's screaming, "Help me," while bleeding out on his lawn, his spine visible through shredded flesh. And he dies in 4 minutes before the ambulance arrives while his friends watch helplessly, and the other fireworks keep launching into the sky like nothing happened. December 31st, 2020, 11:58 p.m., Tampa, Florida. Michael Chen is hosting a rooftop party on his 20-story apartment building with 40 people packed onto a space designed for 20. And by 11:45 p.m., he's had 8 vodka sodas and is drunk enough that his balance is off. But instead of sitting down, he's standing near the edge leaning against the waist-high barrier. At 11:58 p.m., he climbs onto the barrier to get a better view of the fireworks, and his drunk friends laugh and take photos. And when the countdown starts, 10, 9, 8, Michael stands up on the barrier with his arms raised like he's king of the world. And at 3, he loses his balance. He doesn't even scream. He just tips backward into empty air and falls 20 stories in silence while his friends watch in horror. And he hits the sidewalk at 120 miles per hour, and his body doesn't just break. It explodes on impact. Bones shattering, organs rupturing, blood spraying 10 feet. And at midnight, while everyone on the roof is calling 911 and crying, fireworks light up the sky above his body on the sidewalk. December 31st, 2020, 11:52 p.m. The Anderson family, Father Robert, Mother Lisa, daughter Sarah, 16, son Jake, 14, are driving home from dinner at Lisa's parents' house, trying to make it home by midnight, and Robert drives carefully because New Year's Eve is the deadliest night on American roads. 5 miles from home, 26-year-old Travis Bennett is driving the opposite direction in his pickup truck, drunk with a blood alcohol level of 0.19 after a party where he's been drinking since 8 p.m. And he's singing along to the radio, completely unaware he's drifting across the center line. Robert sees the headlights coming and assumes the truck will correct, but it doesn't. It keeps coming. And Robert lays on the horn and jerks right onto the shoulder, but Travis jerks his wheel at the same moment and follows him, and they collide head-on at over 100 miles per hour combined speed. The crash sounds like a bomb, metal exploding, and both vehicles crumple like aluminum cans with engines driven into cabins. And Robert's legs are crushed, Lisa's neck snaps from whiplash, Sarah goes through the windshield because she'd taken her seatbelt off, and Jake's spine compresses and shatters, paralyzing him from the waist down. Travis wakes up unconscious but alive, saved by airbags, and stumbles out and vomits from realizing what he's done. Police arrive at 11:58 p.m., 2 minutes before midnight, and find Robert screaming and trapped. Lisa dead, Sarah dead in a ditch 50 feet away, Jake paralyzed and crying, and Travis on the curb with his head in his hands, and at exactly midnight while they're cutting Robert out, fireworks explode overhead and nearby houses cheer, "Happy New Year!" while 3 Andersons lie dead or dying. New Year's Eve kills every year. The night meant to celebrate new beginnings instead ends lives. New Year's Eve doesn't care about your resolutions. New Year's Eve kills. Drop a comment on which story shocked you most. Hit subscribe, and maybe just stay home this New Year's Eve. Happy New Year, if you survive it.